There's this one person in your gaming group and they always win. Either you play a new game that is nobody know the rules before, or it's a game that you play multiple times before, but this person always wins. So you probably think it's because they just naturally good at games, or maybe because they have better luck. It's actually neither. So in this video, I wanted to explain you a little bit different video than we actually usually made. Why they always win and why you always lose. In every gaming group, at least in ours, Yulian is the one that always wins. Either it's a game that we design ourselves, or it's a game, in the back of my camera, all these games, he's the one that always winning. And I'm the one that always losing. I always tell myself that my fun from board games is coming from learning how games works and how the mechanics combine together. But in fact, yeah, I'm the always one that is always losing. But in this video, I wanted to tell you that losing or winning, of course, it doesn't matter. It's just games. But I wanted to be a little bit nerdy and tell you maybe there's a reason why I always lose or why you always lose and why this other person always win. Here's the thing that nobody actually tell you, that a board game actually, they're not testing who is smarter. They're actually testing who is best at reading the hidden information the game has given everybody equally. The person who always win, they're not smarter. At least I don't believe Yulian is smarter than me. But they just pay more attention to the stuff that you don't or you don't care. Reason one, it is the people who always win, probably they're playing the game and you and me, who always loses, actually playing a plan. Most people walk into the game, they have a plan in mind, and the whole time what they're trying to do is to execute that plan regardless of what is happening around the table. And the person who always win is doing something different. They're constantly updating their information and their strategy based on everyone else does. Every move your opponent make, it is information. And sometimes you need to analyze based on these informations. So if you locked on your strategy from turn one, then you're kind of willing to throw all this information away, and the winning player doesn't do that. In Wanderlust, actually, it is because it's a travel racing game, so if you dead locked on one destinations you wanted to travel to and ignore what everyone else is grabbing for transport tickets, then you will lose the insight of the whole game. So it's very possible that someone else gonna take your destinations before you do. The second reason, it is the one that I personally guilty of. So the winning player, they understand the scoring, and the others, like you and me, who always loses, we understand the theme. If you ask most people what wins one game, and they will describe what this game is about. But if you ask someone who always wins, they will describe exactly where the points are coming from. This sounds obvious, but the single biggest gap between casual winners and constant winners is this: that games almost always have a clear and real scoring path and a handful of decoy ones. Those are the ones that looks and feels productive, but actually doesn't score that much. If you're following the theme instead of scoring, you're playing a weaker game than everybody else at the table. Not to say that it's not fun for a lot of people like me. I enjoy diving into the theme before I figure out how to win. But this is also the reason why I don't win that much. Reason 3, it is the constant winners, they treat the first few turns as research. It's not commitment. Losing players tend to lock into strategy in the first 2 turns because they feel like committing early, meaning that they have a clear goal, so it make everything more productive once they have a clear goal. But winning players spend those same turns doing almost nothing. They're watching, they're understanding the game. And it looks and feels passive, because it feels like you're wasting those precious turns just trying to do research. But it's actually the opposite. By the time when they want to commit, they're committing with information you don't have yet. None of this means you're bad at games. It means most games have a hidden skill layer that is never explained to you. And as a designer, I wouldn't explain it to you because it should left you, the player, to openly explore. So that's including reading your opponent, finding the real scoring path, delaying commitment. The good news is none of this is talent, it is attention. Once you know where to look, how to look, you will start to see where exactly you're lacking. So next time, if you really want to change that situation, try this. For the first 2 rounds, you don't plan your strategy, don't play your strategy, just watch and observe and see what changes. Of course, this is supposed to be a light-hearted video. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, in my opinion. Well, of course, for some people, the fun actually coming from winning, but for me, my fun is coming from spending time with my friends and learning a new mechanics or learning a new game, and to see how things actually work out together because I'm a bit nerdy on that side. So everybody can have their own fun. And let me know down in the comments, are you the type of person like Yulin always wins regardless if it's a new game or an older game that you always play with your group? Or you're like me, that you actually don't care about win or lose. So let me know down in the comments. I know this video is a little bit different than normal our game design, game psychology videos, but it's time to take a little break time to time so we can learn better in the next video. And if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!